Hey everybody, breaking news this week in the Son of Sam community. Never before seen letters written by David Berkowitz were released by Real Time True Crime and were shared with us here at Cracklin' Rosie. These letters date back to 76 and 77 and were acquired by an anonymous source the day of Berkowitz's arrest. If you're a fan of the channel, you know how much I love letters. So I'm going to take this week to really look at the letters, compare them with other letters that I have on file, and dissect them to the letter. But for today, I'm going to share them with you on my screen, and I'll be reading them for you. December 14th, 1976. Tuesday, Death Day, Suffering Day. Sam Carr is king. Sam Carr is king. Sam Carr's dog says spill blood tonight, David. Sam's dog has been screaming for blood all day today. He is so hungry, he won't stop. At this point, let's just note the mention of Sam Carr. Sam Carr is king, the mention of king, and also the mention of Sam Carr's dog. March 8th, 1977. Today, the devil dog at Wicker Street is in great pain. Apparently, Joaquin Goncarlo is low on blood. Yes, I'm right. The dog is screaming for fresh blood and meat to quench his thirst and pangs of hunger. I said to Joaquin, why all the suffering and pain? Why do you bring so much destruction into the world? Joaquin laughed. To hell with the people of the world. The people of the world shall bow down to me, and I shall conquer. I said to him, you evil beast, and the wicked wicker dog cried out, saying, yes, we are evil. We are the children of Satan. We kill the innocent and praise the guilty. At this time, the dog barked fierce cries and my head developed a severe pain. I was no longer permitted to. And this letter appears to be missing a page. So this page ends right here. I was no longer permitted to. Let's make mental note. Devil dog, Wicker Street, Joaquin Goncarlo, and Wicked Wicker Dog. And we'll carry on. All day long, the devil dog has been yelling in pain. There is no ceasing. I beg the Wicker Street cult to leave me alone. I am their slave. Today, the demon has not stopped for a moment. How much blood does he want me to spill for him? So it's possible that this was a journal entry dated the same March 8th as the previous one, or there was a page missing in between, and perhaps this is the close of that letter. Notice here, Joaquin is written there in the corner, the date, and then the time. Almost looks like a different ink. The commander of Yonkers has the name Captain Blood, and he supervises most of the murders. The highest temple of Satan is located at 18 Wicker Street, Yonkers. Here's a partial list of those with the highest ranks. John Cassara, High Priest. Nan Cassara, High Priestess, and family, 174 Caligny, New Rochelle. The Wicker Street Gang with Captain Blood, 18 Wicker Street, Yonkers. The House of Horrors, the Carr Gang, Sam Carr, alias First Lieutenant Tinker, Francine Francis Carr, John Wheat Carr, Johnny Rape Slayer, 316 Warbutton Avenue. So that's a lot to take in. I just wanted to share these letters with you. Again, I will be looking at them very closely and doing some follow-up work with you here at Cracklin' Rosie True Crime. I will also provide some really important links for you to be able to go to some videos that are really going to explain a lot of new research that's been going on in the world of Son of Sam. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
This is a very valid issue. This we've talked about in the past, and this is that there was a great deal made of the fact that in around Mother's Day of 1975, you finally found your natural mother.
Yes.
And there was one psychiatrist in particular who would later say that this is what put Berkowitz over the edge. He was so filled with rage because he had met his natural mother and she was a disappointment, etc., etc. Would you respond to that?
Yeah, I did find my natural mother. It was something that I just had in my heart to do. I had come across some literature from the Adoptees Liberty movement, and this was back in early 75 or somewhere around 74. And I just suddenly had this urge to go see if I can possibly find my natural parents, because I was always curious. It was always like a driving thing. And to make a long story short, I did meet, as you said, it was in 75. I even lost track of the time. I did meet my natural mother, and she turned out to be a very nice person. And we got along really good, typical Jewish mother. And I found out I had a half-sister, and we really kind of hit it off pretty good. I started to go over to their house all the time. I was out in where my sister lived in Queens. She's long since moved away. My mom lived out in Brooklyn just briefly, and then moved to Long Island, to Long Beach. And I was over at her house a number of times. We had a fine relationship, and she used to cook meals, and it was totally false that I had any rage or animosity towards her. I feel that at that time with that psychologist, he was mainly, and this is not a criticism, but just looking back, he was mainly interested in fitting me into these different molds that he already had. As a Freudian psychologist, he had these certain molds you have to go into. It always reverts back to the childhood, the mother, a bad relationship. But that was completely false.